Really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just.
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
coin.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standards.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record, that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open,
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak, welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's fully.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
Who the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
But, all right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 amps. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. Remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation.
That's pre-flop? I think pre. Alright, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn and there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1400.
I'm going 1400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just do that.
Alright, and ready for
I would
the
fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we can't win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
A $10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it. You
So that's cool
filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one. We are indeed live. Welcome back, guys. The PokerCoaching.com study session stream. Back at it once again, Saturdays at noon Eastern. How y'all doing out there? The crowd's already going wild. We are here. Exclamation point PC in my chat. Exclamation point PC in Six's chat. For you get a link to sign up for free for Jonathan Little's PokerCoaching.com website, full of a ton of esteemed coaches: Faraz Jaka, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, Jonathan Little himself, Evan Jarvis, Six's Guts content, I have content, Lexi Gavin, Tristan Wade, Jonathan Jaffe. The list goes on and on and on. Check that shit out for free. You can get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a bunch of homework assignments. If you sign up for premium, you get all that stuff. Thousands of quizzes and content and webinars and great stuff. Check it out. Sixes, how you doing, buddy?
I am great, man. I am great. I'm happy to be here. Excited. I got a longtime friend here, man. I mean, we've been friendly in the Twitch streets for years now. I know he's another one of Ohio's finest. So yeah, I'm excited to have John, JWK here. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, guys? How you doing, everybody out there? Let's see what we can learn today.
Hello out there in TV land.
So yeah, guys, he's also a fellow member of the Global Poker Stream Team, puts out great content there, has his own channel. But John, you want to tell the community a little bit about yourself, like kind of your
upbringing, how long you've been playing, your specializations, whatnot.
Yeah, sure. I started playing no, back a number of years ago growing up. We always had nickel dime quarter poker games, kitchen table games every single weekend, like through high school and college. So started playing that way, and then started getting into playing some bigger tournaments. Started out on Poker Stars back before Black Friday, and then moved from there to now I'm playing on ACR, Ignition, and Global. Play a lot of the Global series, have done well in a number of those series games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always been good with numbers with everything. So that's really helped me out with playing poker. My background is that I have an electrical engineering degree, but for the last number of years, I started out working part-time for Poker Stars, and was working for their school as one of their moderators, and then moved from there to their social media team. And right now I am one of the moderators for PokerStars Central accounts, so all the English language accounts.
Wow.
And I'm also the manager for PokerStars USA for Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, damn. You guys hear that? This man is doing big things with Poker Stars. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Sixes, you didn't get the memo? We don't put no
Yeah,
slouches on this show.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a big deal, man.
It's fun work. It's fun people that I'm working with, and that just makes it a ton better.
So let me ask you one question. Will they be in the U.S. market fully? Do you think it'll happen?
I would love to see it happen. I will say this: if I can never play again in Illinois, you can just bank it. I'll be on there the first day I'm able to.
Right. So very cool. All right, guys, poker coaching in the chat. If you want to get in this first round of to be able to compete against Toes chat. So poker coaching in my chat, poker coaching in Toes, and we'll pick a quiz and kind of get at it. Get right into the study session, trying to get better.
Yep, poker coaching in my chat, all one word. We'll draw a winner from my chat. We'll draw a winner from Six's chat. Those two people will compete in this quiz. You let us know what your answer is. It's best if you can tag us and say at GodsBigToe, at Crazy Sixes with your answer so we can see it in the chat.
Oh.
And we will ask you what you would do. We'll see what the audience would do. We'll say what we would do. We'll see what the coach would do. Whoever gets the best score gets $5. So there you go. Arlinia. Oh, I'm sorry you have to miss this session too. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate you.
Yep. Good morning. Table 9, seat 9, Matty Pipes. Shit, my dude. I am never far. What's up, guys? Let's get better today. But in the meantime, we'll give you guys a few minutes to get in here while we pick a quiz. Let's see what we got available. How many trophies, JWK? You have. You can include the gold coin if you got those two. It's fine.
I'm still waiting on my last Grizzly that I just won. I've got that'll be Grizzly number 4. I've also got a Summer Series and an Eagle.
6 trophies.
I need to get a goat and I need to get a rattlesnake, and I'm tired of getting seconds and thirds in.
Oh, I have 5 seconds
to
for
this
trophies.
dude. Sheesh. All right, I'm sorry.
Luckily, I don't have that many. I've only got 2, but 2's too many.
One of them was in the Eagle main too. Damn it. Cool.
My shit's loading up slow. Yeah, my shit's loading up slow. You know, if there's a Faraz one.
It looks like I want to make sure it's
You
the
know
newest one.
damn well.
So quiz 1206 to start.
1206, King 2 suited in a big blind versus a GTO player. You love to see it. So we'll do 1206. And let's go ahead and roll and see who is beating that ass over there.
All right. Beware Yellow Snow, Team Toe member, up in the chair. Good luck.
And table 9, seat 9. Let's go, my dude. You already know. Was here bright and early. Thirsty as hell. Let's get a dub for the Mafia.
Sea Stars saved his month with a bink on Tuesday. Nice job, buddy. The ones at the buzzer still count.
Let's get it. All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
JW,
Let's do
go
it.
for it. Let's do it.
1206. Click.
Here we are in the big blind playing a $520 online tournament. We get a raise out of the cutoff, who is a good GTO player. It's to us in the big blind, and our options here are going to be to call, to 3-bet to 920, or to fold.
All right. What are we doing right out the gate? Cyrus calling. Call for Beware.
What's everybody want to do?
Ship's calling.
Who's jamming?
I know he's fucking calling. Correct yourself. Get it right. I got you.
Call for Chip Critic. Call for Suited Pairs. Call for Mr. Cap.
Call for
One
winner
line.
ran.
520. Where the hell would you play a 520 at? No, there's 525s, but a 520?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably GG or something.
He names his stuff weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some of the different
Coca-Cola,
sites have got
Coca-Cola.
different rake percentages, so I can see it happening.
Yeah. Let's see. Table 9, seat 9 is calling. So Beware
So is Beware.
Cool. JWK, I'm going to pass the mic off first to you, my dude. What do you like in this spot?
I am going to flat. I'm going to call.
Cool. What are you 3-betting in this spot? Like suited, you've been any of your suited kings? Oh no, I'm putting you in a hot spot.
If
right
I
away.
would 3-bet, with this being against a GTO player, if I was going to 3-bet here, I would want to 3-bet something that's going to have straight and flush possibilities.
Okay.
So the weaker suited kings, I would tend to call here, and then like king queen suited, king jack suited, ace king suited.
Pretty much strong linear.
Those would be ones that I would want to raise some of them, but to balance it, I'm also going to call with some of those suited combinations too. So that way, just because I go through and call doesn't mean that I can't show up here with ace king or some of the other combinations.
The classic poker line. Mixed frequencies.
Yep. And for me, sorry. Yeah, I think I'm only calling here. I don't think I'm going to be 3-bet bluffing any of my suited kings, to be fair. Like, I'm not 3-betting something a suited king that I plan on folding. Probably, if I'm a 3-bet, it's going to be like king 7, king 8 off, shit like that. With just a blocker that I don't give a shit about. So, but yeah, I'm never going to 3-bet this. We're just only calling.
Yeah, I think king 8 and king 9 are like the low end 3-bet bluffs here for the most part.
Maybe, I'm not looking at any charts or anything.
Me either.
Those hands even just play super well as calls. Like, I would like to use king 8 and king 9 off, as a 3-bet bluff. But I don't know. So.
Shit, now you got me checking.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we don't 3-bet bluff a lot of suited hands. We use our 3-bet bluffs with our offsuit, and then probably the strong linear shit we probably go with. We 3-bet.
At 40.
And the other thing is here, though, with the stack sizes, I really don't want to be 3-bet bluffing very, very many hands because it's going to be real easy to have the stacks go in here.
Yeah.
We are at 40. The chart says pure call with all those suited kings. King, queen suited starts the raises.
Yeah, because that's good enough. All right, cool. But let's just snap this in for a call.
Cool.
We're all ready. Let's do it.
Here, I'm just going to be calling. Don't really need to 3-bet this hand, especially at the stack size. This wouldn't be the craziest hand to 3-bet, but it's just really unnecessary. So I'm just calling here. Happy to see the flop. Flop top pair, king 9-7 rainbow. Opponent bets 520 into 590. And our options here are going to be to just call, to check raise to 1200, or to check raise to 1500.
Jelly, Albatross, thank you for the gift sub and the 14 months for Jelly. I appreciate you, buddy.
Cool. We flop the toppest of pairs. Check raise, check call. What do we like here, guys? What up, Doc Jax?
Army
Arlie,
quick on the trigger
morning.
today. Call streaming in. C-Star's betting 1200, raising to 1200 though.
Yeah, I seen that DTO versus Raise Your Hedge battle. So funny.
Yeah.
That was good. I was laughing my ass off. Just the needles. All right. What do we like here? Where we at, my dude? Table 9, seat 9. Don't get shook. What's up, expected value? Let me see that.
Chadwell raising.
What's up, Chill Winston? Check raising for you?
Anybody out there want to call, or does everybody want to check raise? And do you want to go small or big?
Oh, yeah. The other button is weird. It says raise 2 and doesn't have a number.
Yeah, that is weird. It just says... Oh, so it might get misscored.
Let's assume it's bigger than 1,200.
Yeah, I think the video said 1600.
It did sound like he said something, but yeah, it's easy to have input errors. We've done some of these, created some of these quizzes, and also is calling. Still waiting on table 9, seat 9.
Where it says raises some better kings, but with no spade on the board. Just...
30 seconds. Beware win already?
He did.
What did he do?
He's calling.
He's just calling? Okay.
Who are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for table 9, seat 9. I mean, I think call 31 BB's behind. Cool.
Chip wants to check call.
All calls pretty much on this side of the...
I got a handful of raises, but mostly calls.
What do you like here, Tubb?
I am definitely calling this one. I'd raise my better kings. King, queen, something like that. But this kicker, I'm just going to call. Plus, he bets super big into the spot. So we have less raises when they bet the bigger they go. Call seems good.
I totally agree with you 100%. Call for me.
You know it sucks though. Whenever I look at these spots and we run these sims, like we fucking check raise top pair almost all the time. Like I don't know how that changes given the size. Yep, even King Deuce would be a check raise. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards check raise. I don't know. I'm leaning towards it, but I don't know. I mean, probably call when he does go this size. You make a good point. We check raise way less when he goes this size, but.
Right, and the other thing that makes me lean a little bit more toward a call there too. We don't have any back doors here.
No, I mean, just think about it's an ace, a 10, a jack,
yeah,
a queen. Like all these, there's so many cards that are going to make us fairly indifferent. So I don't know. This feels like good enough to almost stack. I would consider raising. Only thing that would make me a little hesitant is the size. So, but yeah, we're going to call because that's what table 9, seat 9 is doing.
We are.
If we get check raised, then we must re-raise. We must fold. That's my call. Is that true? I think we can go broke. But let's do it.
Cool. We'll call. Sorry, I was looking up. I actually have the sim.
Yep.
Here, I'm happy to just call.
The size is just too
and
big.
Big reason here is look how big I bet. When they bet so big, we should be doing less check raising. We're happy with the amount of chips that got in the pot. And also, when they bet small, they're representing that they're value betting a wide range, which means they're betting, stuff like queens, jacks, 10s, 9x, 7x sometimes. So we're check raising to kind of get value out of those, to maybe fold out some equity if we have a hand like, 7-8 or 9-10 that decides to check raise. Whereas here we're up against a more polarized range. So we're happy just calling.
Yep.
Turn is the jack of spades, and we check. Opponent now bets 1,200 into 1630. Our options here are going to be to call, to go all in, or to fold.
Why so big?
Yeah, the size on that is just huge.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, we get fucking barreled into.
Cut up is not betting 100% of his
full
range
pack
unless you
twice.
think GTO Solution is about 100%. GTO Solution is going to be a betting in the 90s.
That maybe not maybe like 87, 75 plus for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big number, that's for sure.
I have similar sims. I can kind of tell you. Hang on.
I do agree with what Chip just said. If the opponent's nutted, why so big? I totally agree with that.
Well, I mean, it sets up a nicer SPR to jam.
He wants to own us.
I mean, the SPR just stacks up when we go big. He has 0.7, 0.8 going to the river. It's really nice.
We got a few scared folds in the chat here.
Ooh, some shook folds. Aggressor
more
has
calls. What up,
ace
Matt?
queen to be. Yuck.
Jerome folding. Cyrus folding. What up, Pucks?
Ship
Side
thinks
fold
our
for
king is
Pucks.
good.
What up, Buffalo boy?
Sure, Winston is out there shook right now. We got his ass in the cage.
Chavo smells a rat. Chip critic, she's folding. Sea Stars can't fold.
I know what I'm
these
doing
guys.
here. Table 9, seat 9 is I'm folding. I'll keep my 30 big stack for a better spot. Okay, so we're folding over here. Table 9, seat 9 folding.
Beware is calling, but he's shook.
All right. I'm never folding. You got to
Ben,
call
thank
one
you for the
more.
follow.
Never. I mean, against a GTO player, like their lines are going to consist of being able to double barrel appropriately, and he's also going to just have some hands to bluff with blockers. Yeah, I mean, we can't fold. I don't think we can fold here.
I'm not sure. I think it might mix. I mean, I'm probably shook and still calling
never folding.
myself. But I wouldn't be surprised if it mixes some fold just because of the bet sizes. But I know when we run stuff like this, like, you don't fold top pair too easy.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, we're going to see what's going to happen on the river. He's going to, I mean, when we call here, I don't think he's going to have too many triple barrel bluffs, considering we're going to have 10-8. We're going to have just all of this shit going into the river.
True.
And he's just going to have to just naturally give up. This bet is just going to be able to fold out. Like, all of our 9s are 7x that would have to continue. We might even fold some Jack X if we got there to this, but nonetheless, yeah, I think we have to continue.
I don't disagree.
There's a lot of rivers I
Hell yeah,
really don't want to see.
We're behind to a queen. Yeah, of course we're behind. We're behind to a ton of shit, but he's also in the cutoff and gonna be like showing up here with almost not like his entire range. He's a good GTO player. Like he's gonna bomb a lot.
The Jack's a good bet card. Card above a 9.
Yeah, just fucking
Yes.
bombing. Yeah, like
Instead of calling, I'm thinking. I'm thinking of ripping it in here.
Woo!
Because if
Spicy.
they're well, look at
I
it
know
this
what
way.
you
though.
mean. Yeah.
A GTO player is going to double barrel there a lot, and they're going to have a decent percentage of junk in their range, and we shouldn't, but we might be able to get a little bit of fold equity out of here if they've just
That's
got
not
total
bad.
junk and we shove. They could let us have it if they don't have a decent draw.
Well, if we think about it as well, like we're going to be left with a lot of tough river spots.
Right.
As well, I was thinking if we call here, he's just going to have to shut down with anything that he's just bluffing with or just has marginal showdown. When we actually call, because we just have fucking 10-8 offsuit, like we just have it. We have queen 10, you know. So I don't know. I'd be more, but I can see shoving. I can see it.
I like Tina's
We can
answer.
have 2 pair here easy too.
Tina says, all in her fold, but never folding.
All in him fold, but never fold.
I like it.
All right. We're folding. That's what table 9, seat 9 is doing, and you're calling, correct? Yeah, Beware said he was calling. And then JWK is shoving, so we got it all out there. Ship's calling. We can call and then give up river, but now it feels like committed, but if you bet smaller, it'd be wanting to check call. It's interesting. Yeah, super interesting spot. These Faraz quizzes are always some of the most challenging and really makes us think about situations differently. So, all right.
Yeah, but these spots are how we all learn.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're
These are
gonna,
the
like we always
tough
say,
ones.
if you're
You're
gonna
not
fuck
going
it
to
up,
learn from something easy. You need to have something that's going to be
Challenging.
more involved, and that's how you get to be a better player.
and we always say, if you're gonna fuck it up, this is the place to do it, where it doesn't cost you any money. This is great. Lango says, what's worse, it's calling, or what's better, that's folding if we jam? That's kind of why I'm calling Lango, but I think it's more. I was gonna say more protection, but I don't know if that's a good answer, Lango.
All right. We ready? Let's do it.
We are calling. Yes.
1, 2, 3. Do it. Got a
And
call.
I'm just gonna call here. I think shoving all in to protect. It's okay. I'm not completely against it, especially if you feel like you're gonna make a lot of mistakes on the river. But the big problem with that, especially when you're playing a smart GTO player, is if we're just shoving if we're shoving this, that means we're basically shoving, all of our kings here. I guess we could maybe say we'll call, stuff like king 8, king 10. But still, we're shoving a lot of our kings, so now we're not left with many kings in our range, and now our river range ends up just being a lot of, Jack X, 9X, 7X with a straight draw, and it makes it really easy for our opponent to kind of push us off. So it is nice to keep some of these top pairs in our calling range still. And it is also worth mentioning that some of the hands that we are worried about getting there are, stuff like ace 10, queen 9, and a lot of those hands are going to check because they don't want to get jammed on either and get folded off a lot of equity. So, a lot of their bluffs are, because they're a good GTO player, they're going to take hands like ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, and be betting those as well. Just so that they have enough bluffs. They might waste something like 4 or 5 suited. They could even turn something like pocket deuces or 3s into bluffs. And we're actually not so concerned about protecting against those hands. So we just called here, and the river is 3 of hearts. We check, and opponent jams all in now for 1930 into 4270. Our options are to call or fold.
Tough.
19. We got to call 1930 into 42.
3-1 ish.
All right. Fuck. Great.
What up, Chappers? Happy weekend, buddy.
Dude. Poker is fun.
Yeah, we got here. Now what? Bruce is calling.
Oh shit, river 3, baby.
Bill now knows you have king. Makes
really
defining a little
low
easier on
the
Bill's part.
block
My
says like
I mean, you're
3
still
3
going to
makes
float
sense.
with
Oh shit.
some of your 9X. Definitely going to float with some of your Jack X, especially Jack 10. Things like that. Things with a 10 in it. You're definitely going to float that stuff, right? So it's not only a king that's going to float that turn back. For sure.
Oh, piss. Here we go, boys.
As this played out, I think we got a call.
Oh,
don't jump the gun. He did it.
that's okay.
It's all right. Yeah, I think
We got a bunch of calls in chat already.
Yeah, people are getting. Winter Wren is calling at this point. Call.
Call. Fold and go study, says Jerome. There's one. Call.
Do we call regardless of river?
Rather call king 2 than king 10.
River
here.
ace, river
Kind of
queen,
agree.
river 10.
Chip critics guessing they got a call.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call every river, but any brick on the river, I think we got to call it.
3-1. Have to call, says Cyrus. Whoop. Hey, he's back. What's up, Joel? Huckleberry folding.
Huckleberry folding. It's so gross. I mean,
Trump says, "Call. I need to see the showdown." He's calling because he has to see what he has. Call it.
he has to see. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good way to play the game.
Doesn't King X come out a call? It unblocks all the draws. Yeah, that's what Lango was saying. Like, kind of better to call with this hand than King 10 because you block like all the 10x combos that are draws.
Oh my goodness, it's not fun.
Ship can't sleep at night if we don't call. I don't think I'll argue that.
Rebuy says Chowo.
I mean, wait a minute. Where's table 9, seat 9? Why you be stalling my dude?
He's in the rebuy line. He called.
Oh, he did?
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
No, he didn't say. Oh yeah, we're behind 10, queen, king, and better hands. So did you? Oh, he says no. That's old.
Mike says, just ask. Will you
Oh,
show
you're
up? I
here?
fold.
What are you doing, man? We're gonna have some shot clock for this from now on. There's gonna be 30-second shot clocks for the quizzes for people in it because it slows up the stream too much.
Yeah, table 9, seat 9 folded the last street though.
Yeah, we can't take
Gotta
like
assume he's
4
gonna
minutes to make decisions on these.
Could assume he's gonna fold here. I imagine if you fold a turn.
A folded turn out of the
He's
hand. No,
never
that's not
jamming
necessarily
a
true
jack
because you can get a
or
better
not.
score here if you think it's better.
Showdown. So his bluffs
All
are
right,
ace
so he
queen,
folded.
and that's about it.
No, I mean you're allowed to make a decision on the next
Yeah.
street. You're allowed to make a decision on the next street to improve your score. Like
Sure.
you should be. He said I
Evolving.
folded the turn, so
His late
I'm
reg
out of the
over.
hand. No, you're allowed to continue playing the hand as if you didn't. So he folds.
We have a question:
So
Is late reg over? It's determining whether or not they're going to call here.
yeah, probably. I mean, you probably get back in it, right? It's only 5,100. Hell yeah, late reg is still going. 5,100.
There you go.
All right,
Pompey,
call.
you're in.
Call. Late reg still in it? Call.
No. Beware, did you answer? I don't think I saw you. Oh, there you go. Shut your eyes, give a quick prayer, and click call is what he says.
Yep, I'm not losing. Yeah, I mean, snap call. Let's go. Yeah. We got to call 68%, right? I mean, we got to call 68% of our range here.
I am.
Did we show up here with?
I could
Is
be
that
wrong
right?
on this one, but I'm kind of with Joel on this one. I'm folding because like 8-10 got there, Queen 10 got there. What are the other bluffs?
You know what also sucks? Like when we call turn, this is what I was saying on the turn. Like, and he actually triples when we have all the two pair. We call just with 10-8. We have king set. Like some of these hands we don't necessarily just check raise on flop, and we certainly wouldn't check raise 10-8 on turn. And we can have turns from two pairs, and he's still blasting off into it. It feels bad, but
Darush says, I'm calling.
Cut.
There's no flush draw to worry about. That's part of my problem there, Darush. It's like if there's a missed flush draw out there, I can get behind calling a little easier because now he's got missed flush draw in his bluffing range. This board, he bet big, and jammed. I'm trying to find a hand that didn't get there.
we're just having
They
fun.
could,
Table
they
9,
could show
seat
up
9.
with a pair and a draw too that we're actually ahead of with the king.
Which
Nothing
one?
but love, my dude.
King 10? No. Queen 10 got
Nothing
Nothing
there.
but love, my dude.
10, 9, 9,
Jack
8,
10?
Jack 10.
10, 9, and 9, 8. Sure, I'll give you those. Okay, there's a handful.
All right. A lot
we're
of
calling
those
them.
have showdown. Hux, what? I mean, I'm sorry. Your Beware's calling?
Yes.
I totally
and
agree
Table
with
9's
what
calling.
Chip just said. I think it's important the villain is in late position. If it was early position, we'd
Sure.
have to fold
He's got
because
he's
there's
got
a lot
tighter
less
range.
bluffs. Totally agree with that. And the late position, that's what opens up like the 10-9s, 9-8s, 8-7s, 7-6 suited, all those that could barrel through. And we're ahead of those with the king.
But it's interesting, though, because you would think villain would recognize when we call turn a big, like a pot size bet pretty much on the flop and like 75 on the turn. He should be folding out some of our single pair 9s and 7s that show up on flop. And even he's trying to fold out like a king or a jack. It seems really strong.
He's trying to fold out like a weak king.
Yep.
A weak king, or you could try to fold out something like ace 9. If he's sitting with like 7-8, he can do that and try and fold out a hand like ace 9.
Buffalo, he certainly can have king 9 of his range. We're trying to think of the parts of his range that could triple, and we still beat.
Albatross, thank you for gifting that.
The value side of it's easier to see.
Nothing but love here, my dude.
Dick Duck, thank you for the follow.
All right, let's do it. This is let's hear what Faraz has to say. We're folding here, and you're calling. This could be deciding. So let's do it.
Where's calling?
This is definitely a pretty tough spot, and I'm going to be doing both mixing, calling, and folding here. One important thing to keep in mind is we do have a lot of hands like 7-8, 9-10, 10-jack, and all these pairs and gut shots that are going to call the turn and now be folding the river. And because of that, our opponent is going to be really tempted to jam on river blanks. And this is one of those river blanks. So because of that versus a GTO player who's very capable, I am going to be a little more tempted to call off here. So I'm really asking myself, is this player capable? I'm also thinking about my blockers a little bit. So, some of their river bluffs here are going to be, again, stuff like, pocket deuces, 4s, 5s, ace deuce suited through ace 5 suited, or even ace 6 suited. So, or even the offsuit combos of those as well. So we do want to be unblocking some of those hands with our cards, and our opponent probably isn't opening ace deuce off, which means we are unblocking some of their bluffs. We're just blocking maybe their ace deuce of spades, which isn't that many. So yeah, it's a really tough spot. And one thing I did forget to mention on the previous street was folding on the turn. I think could be reasonable as well, because it is going to be such a tough spot to maneuver. I'm certainly mostly calling this spot on the turn, but I think doing some folds if you think the opponent isn't bluffing enough, or if you think they're going to bluff along the river and it's going to be tough for you to call. I think folding turn is reasonable sometimes, but mostly calling. And here, kind of same thing. Could go either way, but mostly leaning towards calling. An important thing I also want to mention is if we do have something like King 9 on the flop, 7-9 on the flop, we really want to be check calling those. And same goes for stuff like, Jack 9 or Jack 7 on the turn. Really want to call those because of how many hands we have like this and like the 7-8 and the 9-10 and 10 Jack that we are going to be considering check calling, check folding. So we really, really need to strengthen our check calling range, and that's the best way to do that, to keep those, pretty much all of our 2 pairs in there. Maybe 9-7 is the only one that might check raise in the flop because it's a bit more vulnerable. But yeah, that's how we protect ourselves here, because I do hear a lot of students saying, they hate, getting these spots and they just have no idea what to do and they feel like they're getting ran over. So yeah, really strengthen our check call range is how we do that.
Yeah, you're never going to see what happened. We don't even know if he actually called in this situation or anything. He's never going to tell you the outcome. We're focused on how we play the hand. And overall, I think we played the hand pretty well. Good job, table 9, seat 9. We did get
How many points was fold?
The fold was an 8.
Oh, so really
it's very reasonable. Yeah, it's very reasonable. And he was talking about folding turn as well. So even though he gave the score on the turn a 4 for folding, he talked about it being pretty reasonable. So
we'll talk about the fold on turn, and the river being reasonable.
Yeah,
nice.
And so we got a 32.
The correct answer was call, Jerome, but it was super close between folding. Probably not a mistake. We switched it.
Well played. Good job. Beware of yellow snow.
Beware. Hit me up. Let me know how you want your money. $5 ACR, PayPal. You can have $5 off Team Toe. Just let me know what you want, and we'll make it happen.
Shaky, thank you for that.
Fold was 8 points, Jerome. So super close. Definitely not a mistake.
Yeah, that was a very good quiz. That was very good. And there was a lot of talking about strengthening our call range here. I see myself check raising sometimes for smaller sizes, but never versus that size. So that was good. Very good quiz.
Hey, thanks for that, Suited Parrots. I got rock and roll memorabilia all over my room here. I'm an ex-roadie. Cool.
All right. Let's change the keyword. Let's just make it JWK right off the gate.
Oh,
JWK.
Oops, sorry. That Jerome, that's a false win. That's bad. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. JWK is the keyword. Accidentally re-rolled.
Totally agree with what Chip says here too. Rather fold against a wreck than against somebody that's going to be a smarter player that would be able to throw at third barrel bluff in there too.
Yep.
Playing in a pool with a bunch of wrecks. Yeah, I could see the turn being a pretty easy fold, and the river definitely being a fold.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
While we're out here,
JWK, Tina. JWK is the keyword. Kep, I was a roadie for 15 years. I worked for Ticketmaster and Live Nation, not for the Stones themselves. But I did get that at their concert.
There it is. I also put
see all my passes.
Command to give my man JWK a follow. Very good guy. Way better composure than I have sometimes. He's way more chill than I am, but make sure to get that man a follow, guys.
Yeah, Ship says on Global I called. Show me the nuts.
Every single fucking
cannot argue.
On Global? I was thinking on Global.
If they
call and they show you like ace 4 off.
Nah, if they're actually typing
playing
in
on different Global tournaments.
Quiz. All right, let's find another quiz while you guys get in there. Good morning, everybody.
Nice, Suit Pairs.
Any
nice.
to a brew,
I'm a
my
big fan,
dude.
too.
What's up, Joey? Cherishable girl, good morning or good afternoon.
I think
all
90% of my attire is concert T-shirts.
What looks good to you? We got the Niagara series still going. Too.
Mike, that would have happened to Sixes too. He says on Global, his time bank would have auto-folded him. Yeah,
Yep.
Sixes is in that same category.
I lose my fucking time bank more than anybody. Then I'm just tilted as hell after that. So
I wish I could say I've never done that.
I mean, I've definitely done it.
every
But
stream.
I don't. I'm
Every
generally,
single
I
one.
move too fast. Is my problem.
Yeah.
You want to pick a quiz, John?
Take care, DB. Good morning. Take care, buddy.
Pick something from near
Catch
the
you in the
top.
streets.
Okay, how about looking at online tournaments? How about the 1204?
Hey,
Sure.
Jack 9, an online tournament.
Uncle Matt Affleck.
25 guys. Good friend of
Chat
ours,
book
so
loses
always
pick
good
pick
time.
right from the start. Tie bake. Yep. All
All
right, ready to roll it?
pick
Let's roll
some
it. See
people.
who
Yes,
wins.
sir.
It
All right,
is
let's go first.
bang Buffalo boy. Congratulations in the hot seat, my man.
Easy money, dude. Oh, slow. Good luck, my dude.
Oslo, my new follower from yesterday. Coco Flow, thank you for the follow as well. Cool,
All right,
nice
good
time.
luck, man. Be quick.
Ready to go?
Yeah, 12-4. Let's do it.
Ready to go.
Oh, hell.
All right, today we have a hand from the final 2 or 3 tables of the $50 tournament online. We have the Jack 9 of Hearts here in the big blind. The cutoff, who is a very loose, aggressive regular, raises to 400,000. Folds to us in the big blind. Should we fold, call, raise to 1.4 million, or go all in?
All right, basic raise, and we are in the big blind. What do we do with the Jack 9 suited?
Oslo snaps it in there first. That's what I'm talking about. If you win this quiz for being so quick, I'm gonna send you $6. How about that? If you win, I'll send you 666.
There you go. Drum calling, beware calling,
Calls.
Larry calling. How many bigs?
25.
25. We're deep as hell in something.
$55 probably looks like ACR.
Yeah, $55.
It looks like that $55
two to three
15K.
tables left.
That $55 15K or something like that
That's
at
the
night.
that's the
baby.
Huckleberry special. $50 15K. He loves that tournament.
Working at. Went to Ren. Everybody's calling.
I see a stream of calls. Buffalo Boy calling as well. Jelly
Punting.
jamming.
Yeah, I was about to say anybody making a case to
Ooh,
punt.
he's the tight guy. What the? It always gets me a little shook when the tighter guys are like, jam. I'm like, whoa,
Whoa.
we gotta listen. What's going on here?
Oh,
Everybody else calling. Jelly on Jam Island all by himself, though.
all right, well, it looks like we're all calling over here. You guys doing anything different ever than call at this spot?
Not me. I'm just calling.
Yeah, against a loose aggro, no, I'm calling here. Peel
I mean,
a flop and see what happens.
I can see
Joel?
myself losing control of my body sometime and jamming or something.
Joel is jamming. He says, pretty
I mean,
sure this is pure jam.
I think I would jam like 25-30% of the time or something. I mean, if I'm really feeling good and fucking have a good read, I'd probably just jam
I know
on,
that
so.
there are some 3-bet spots like this, but I tend to
Jack 9 is a fucking real nice one, dude.
over flat. So I would tend
Let's
to
look it up. I mean, I would fucking just
I'll
rip
look
it
up.
sometimes.
Don't threaten me with the good time crazy sixes.
I've definitely jammed this.
We're
before.
25 bigs deep.
Yep. Yee.
BB button versus cutoff.
Then stuck out on ace queen and looked like a god, dude.
Jack 9 suited pure call at 30.
Ruh-roh.
And at 20.
Punt. So we're punting. Punt.
Jack 9 suited pure call at 20.
Yee. Good job, Huck.
Joel,
Flat
you're
plays
dead
too
to me.
good. All right. Everybody's calling. Let's do it.
We'll call it.
So this is one of those spots that really depends on how skilled your player is in the cutoff. Shoving is actually a very, very, very viable option here. The villain opens with about 25 big blinds. So first, this is a 2.5x instead of a 2x. So our EV of calling is lower than it would be if there was a 2x raise. Both shoving and calling are plus EV. It's a matter of which is more profitable. I'm eliminating the small 3-bet size. This is definitely not the type of hand that we want to do it with. We want to be very polarized. So we're never making it 1.4 million with this hand. So we can eliminate that option. We're never folding this hand. The benefits of shoving are that the player in the cutoff is raising all the broadways. Jack 10 off, Queen Jack off, King Jack off, King 9 off probably, Queen 9 suited, King 9 suited. These are a lot of hands that dominate us that we get to fold right away. And that's really good for us. And when he does call, he's going to have hands like 7s, 8s, Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack, which we block one of them. We block 9s and Jacks. We have really good equity still against the calling range, and we get dominated hands to fold, and we don't dominate a lot of his range. So there's not a lot of times the flop's going to come Jack high or 9 high that we dominate him. A few times, but so shoving's a very good option here. But against most players, they just play way too weak post flop that the EV of calling is going to outperform shoving because of the mistakes they're going to make post flop. So I think calling is the best option, but shoving is a very good option here, probably underrated by most.
Hey,
So we do call. The flop comes Jack 6-3. We're always going to check here. And we face a 400,000 chip bet. Should we fold, call, raise to 1.2 million, or go all in?
Here we go. Flop the toppest of pairs. Shove, 3x, call. I don't know why it folds there.
It's an option.
I was thinking jamming Jack 9 was insane. No, I think it's pretty good, man. It feels pretty good, especially when in a loose, aggressive opponent in the cutoff. I don't hate it. I definitely do it sometimes.
We got a lot of... Thank you, Buffalo Boy. This is one of my concert t-shirts. Kiss and Def Leppard.
I'm all in, baby, he says.
What is punt? Punt is when you take your stack, line it up nice and stack it nice on the table, and then you kick it over to the dealer and punt your stack off.
Yeah, and he ships it to the other guy.
Or if you're
Just
at
like it
home
sounds.
playing online, you just grab a stack and just throw it.
There you go. Raise. Beware calling. Everyone rather raising. Cyrus calling. Raise.
Also, are you going? You said raise. Are you shoving or are you just raising to 1.2 mil, my dude?
Addy Kid says
Winter Rain is
"You
raising.
are crazy.
I mean, we are winning this tourney or busting or
Chip,
what?
let's go all in and find
That dude
out.
said, we fucking or what? Chill Wednesday.
There's
1,
like
2.
3 calls and a fuckload of
You
raises
selling or what?
to 1.2.
Oh, you're going 1.2. Okay.
Chad was jamming. I think mostly I saw
Chad Wizzle.
1.2. Buffalo Boy 1.2.
Not all in for you. I
Chavo the only jam.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we got a shitload of jams here and then some 1.2s. But zero calls. And Storm and Norman comes out with a fold. Trolling.
I got a couple of calls. There's like 2. 3.
I might have to permaban you for that troll. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's yeah, he's raising to 1.2. JWK shoving 1.2 call.
I think we make it 1.2. We're never going to get action after that unless the turn card beats us. I'd rather just rip it here. I can make a case for calling it though. With this opponent being loose aggro, I think at least for me, my 2 decisions are going to be to either rip it now or flat to 400, give them a chance to bet again on the turn, and then rip it on the turn. As long as a turn is not a bad card for us.
Yeah, this is interesting, man. I mean, I don't know if we use this middling ones. Maybe we check raise more polar and then just call with like this top pair. We would check raise some of the ones with an over. Maybe those are calls since they need less protection. I'm very fucking torn in this spot between
I'm conflicted too.
calling and going 1-2. I don't think we jam. Like, I don't think we just check rip.
It's
there's gonna be 1.7, and then we make it. I don't know. Maybe we do. I'm very torn here.
I'm torn between call and jam myself.
Yeah. Oh, you going jam?
Yeah, because it's 25 bigs effective, right? We just can go with
25 bigs.
So we can
we just don't have too many
point.
check rips in our. I don't think we have too many check rips. I don't know.
I would call it before I would go 1.2.
I would go 1.2.
Yeah.
I would also jam it before I would go 1.2.
We started the high stakes. We started the hand with 25 bigs, my dude.
In game, I know I'd probably end up calling, but if you told me we jam it because we have top pair and 25 bigs effective, like
we jam.
I totally see it. I totally see it.
God, man, this is rough. I hope.
Attica, he's in position. We are in the big block.
I got that song stuck in my head now.
Which one?
we jamming Bob Marley.
Oh, I saw a final countdown from this morning. All I hear in my head is do 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 do. Red Dead jamming. He needs a lot of protection. Clean up my equity with a shove now. See the argument, Red Dead. I certainly do.
I cannot wait to see what Affleck says, but we're going 1.2. I've hedged myself to not knowing what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't think we can be making a mistake by jamming. It can't be a mistake, right?
Yeah, the mistake in the hand would be to fold.
Yeah,
sure.
It just feels like everything else is. There might be some higher EV options between these three. They
don't time out.
Yeah, don't time out.
Pompey asked the same question: is late reg over?
Yeah, it's way over. We're final 3 tables in this now. 2 diamonds.
If this is the final table, this strategy changes completely. So, Attica, this is not the final table. It's definitely different. It's 100% call at a final table.
I totally agree with that.
All right,
we're going 1.2. That's what Buffalo Boy's doing.
As is Oslo. Let's do it. Just call.
I think we have 2 options
Who said
here.
That? Win, baby.
Calling and raising to 1.2 million are both very viable options. If you look in a solver, this hand is going to be a pure raise to 1.2 million, and we're looking to just get all the money in with almost all of our Jack X, other than like our Jack Deuce, Jack 4, Jack 5. Our weakest Jack X's are only calling. These hands are supposed to always check shove. They have a ton of equity, or check raise. They get called by 6x, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, some ace king, ace queen. They're supposed to float with hands like king 10 of spades, king 9 of spades, ace 8 of spades. These hands that we have really good equity against, but I feel that they overfold to the check raise, and they don't peel with like pocket 5s, pocket 4s, those ace 9 of spades, ace 8 of spades. And I like check raising a ton, but I check raise a lot more bluffs and just my better Jack X hands because I don't think people call wide enough versus the check raise. So I'm not going to expand my value range. I'm going to expand my bluffing range. I think check raising is good here, and I think both options are fine, but I think calling outperforms. We do need some protection here, though. That's the main reason we want to check raise. Both options are fine, check raising or calling. I go for the call. Turn is the queen of clubs. We check, and our opponent bets 760,000. Should we fold, call, or go all in?
Who's jamming?
You knew damn well an over was coming.
Who's folding?
Yeah.
Can't be easy. Where's the king on the river? You know, some shit like that.
Oh, no, that'd be terrible.
Just dead, feels like.
It'd be like the 4 diamonds or something.
If we have the odds in the long run, a jam seems profitable here to me, I guess, but I'm a post-flop fishing.
Ooh, Buffalo Boy. Folding. He's out. Running for his life. Jerome's calling. Beats calling.
He can't change his answer, right?
It says at God's Big Toe fold.
Call. Oso says. So, yeah, your man folds, Oso calls. Yeah, we're never folding.
Albatross and
Yeah,
Chili
you gotta-
both
you gotta work on
We're
your
getting
fucking
3-1.
You gotta work on your fucking poker face. Your eyes gotta.
I was shocked.
You can't
like,
change his answer. Yeah, we gotta call.
I mean, he's already in the chat with the call, though.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, if we call here, you know what we're going to be facing on the river.
I don't give a shit. He's gonna have to do
Gotta
it.
call.
Man has to pull the trigger too. He has to be able to pull the trigger. So
Well, loose aggro, I'm expecting them to triple barrel more often than somebody else. So
At least we have. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers for the river, but I have some thoughts about that too. Yeah. Fold for
Any two
Buffalo
was
Boy.
calling Ace of Diamond on the river. I
Ace
guess
of
we're
Diamonds makes it
stationing
kind of
this
easy.
now, bro. Yeah, Ship. I feel just station. You have to station this turn. You just have to. Everybody's stationing. So we call here.
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, we're folding.
So for this sizing, I think we just have a pure call with our hand. I think a lot of people get scared. This is definitely not a good card for us.
Nope.
Imposition is supposed to just bet this card at will. Pretty much anything that doesn't have a pair, imposition should be barreling. Now, most people don't barrel wide enough there. And this is a spot where if you're the imposition player, if you're biz nasty, you should bet almost everything. Because as the big blind at equilibrium, we're supposed to call every jack, almost every 6, and even a ton of our 3x and some of our ace highs, and population just way overfolds 3x, 6x, even some of these jack x hands.
Where's the quiz over?
We're betting 760. We only need 23% equity here. We're calling 760 to win a pot of 3.2 million once we call. We're getting really, really good pot odds. In position can still have hands like ace king, ace 10, ace 9, diamond draws, 10-9, 10-8. These are just the natural bluffs, and that's not even counting stuff like ace 4 suited, ace 5 suited, 7-8 suited, all these random hands they could have. They open in the cutoff. They have a wide range, probably range bet the flop. So, yeah, I think we have an easy call here. And you can't just think, well, what do I do on the river when he bets? You got to think about this now, and then there's going to be a lot of times that a card like the ace of diamonds comes off. Maybe they check back. Maybe the 6 diamonds comes off and they check back ace 10, no diamond. Like, a lot of things can happen where we win this pot where we don't even have to face a river bet. We can still improve to a jack or a 9. So I do call. I think that's really the only option here. I don't really think I mean, you can fold against a player that is extremely tight, but you need a very specific read for this price that you're getting. The river's the ace of spades. We have an easy check here, never leading this card, and our opponent checks back and shows king jack. Pretty good bet on the turn, I think, for value. And yeah, I think this hand was played fine. Yeah, we lost a decent amount of chips, and this is one of those benefits I said of shoving. Like, if we shove pre-flop, this hand just folds, and this is the exact type of dominated hand situation that shoving gets us out of. But you need to make sure that your opponent's opening wide enough, because if your opponent's opening too tight, then shoving can come bad very quickly.
Biz nasty, got him.
And if we check shove on the flop, we're dead and gone. So, yeah, good. That was a good spot, man. That was a good hand.
When being right is wrong. Hey, Buffalo.
I think
down. This is
okay.
All in the vein of just getting better and having a good time, man.
So, Toe, what percentage of people on the flop in your chat said call? The flop, just call and not check raise. I would say in my chat it's like 5 or 10% of people. Maybe 4 people said call.
I would say like 95% of people raised.
Yeah, I'm looking back now. I see a handful of calls, like 2 calls.
The only person that I could think of said call was me. And I have to scroll back.
I was hedging.
I said I'd do it a portion of the time.
I said I called too much in game, but if you told me jamming here was right, I could see it.
We got a 28, by the way, as well.
You beat us. We got 22.
Hey, I said I was going to ship you that $6 if you ship that one for being
calls,
quick.
3 calls.
Good shit, also.
4 calls.
Way to represent the mafia. That's what I'm talking about, my dude. Good job.
We got 5 calls and the rest were all raising.
Okay. Would you rather rip the Jack 9 during chip EV period or late game? Well, it just depends on the opponent, right? I think more than both, it's just like we can maximize fold equity. Late game, I think their calling ranges may be tight, especially if we got somebody who's aggressive as hell opening in late position. I think the jab could be fine.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean,
with
I think it's more like player in like the table dynamic situation for me. Having a hard time winning pots, it's kind of tough. Those guys are playing aggressive in late position. I'm going to jam a little bit more than I call. If we're playing well post, they're playing like shit post, and the guy's kind of tight, we only flat. Cool. You know what time it is, Toe, for the keyword. It is cat jam. Get your cat jams in the chat. God damn it. Cat jam it up.
All right, there it is. It's in there now.
There it is. I see it in chat. I love it.
Kind of glad you like it, man. We do this every Saturday, guys, noon Eastern. If you're enjoying this one, you want to see it from the start, you can catch it on the YouTube channel. If you want to see any ones we've ever done in the past, we've done this with me and Sixes a bunch. We've had a lot of great guests besides JWK here has been great. We've had Greg Raymer. We've had Justice Sylvia. We've had Ben on Drew. We've had Fat Train. We've had Matt Affleck, the quiz guy we just did. We've had Jarvis multiple times. Tristan Wade's been on the show. We've had a lot of great ones.
Sylvia.
You can go to the YouTube channel and check those out. Exclamation addicted. Thank you. I am dumb with your screen name. Addicted makes
any of the
complete
old
sense.
ones. Any of the old ones that you haven't seen, go back in and watch them. You will learn something.
You'll definitely learn some. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll make sure Sixes gets back to you. I'll get back to you. John will get back to you. Whoever you ask, I'll make sure you get an answer from those people.
Yeah, Brian Wilson on. Man, that guy is sharp as shit.
Brian Wilson was smart. He reminded me a lot, personality and intelligence-wise, of JL. They talk in a very similar way. They're built kind of the same way. The way they enunciate is the same. When can we have Huckleberry as a guest? That'd be a fun one. I'd be down.
All right, let's pick one.
Let's pick one. Is it my turn? Cool.
Yes.
Let's do 1202. We'll just keep going down the line. Start with JL.
All right, we'll do Uncle JL's 1K, pocket nines, and then, let's roll now.
Go.
Let's see. What we got?
He heard his name in the distance. We have to bring in the ringer to win the flip. Right now it's 1-1, Sixes. We're bringing in the ringer.
You got Huck?
We got Huck.
And we got Day Pass. He's dead. Day Pass, let's go. Dead. He's drawing dead now. Let's go.
Sorry about
we got one of the
luck,
mafias.
Sixes.
Sorry about your luck. Huck,
it's a wrap.
You kidding me? Nope.
We're bringing in the heat.
Shit. We're going to crush Joel's ass. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Too easy. Good luck, fellas. All right, let's do it. Wait a minute. Day Pass, you here? We got to make sure, my dude. Oh, he just put Cat Jam in the chat, so he's here. All right, be quick, Day Pass, please. All right. Shit, I got confused. Which one? 1202. All right, let's go. Sorry.
Here we are in the money in this six-handed tournament, facing an under the gun raise to 225,000. We're in the cutoff with pocket nines. We are very deep stacked, but notice the stacks are all over the place. We have a 25 big blind stack opening, an 8 big blind stack on the button, and a bunch of 60 big blind stacks. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 500,000, or re-raise to 750,000?
Oh, it's funny. It depends. We have a bunch of hands from Evan Jarvis from Casino Niagara, and I didn't know you lived in Vegas. We're neighbors, huh?
All right, pocket nines, 25, big blind open. We got an 8 big stack, a 60 big stack, 2 60 big blind stacks in the blinds.
Stack sizes are all over the place.
Flat for Joel right out the gate.
Damn, cats are aggressive. Just
Call.
750.
We're neighbors, dude. We are. Hey, what up, Machine Gun?
Where you at,
we got a couple
Pass?
of raises.
Ready?
Tina's raising.
Shipping also raising to 750.
Cyrus raising.
Day Pass calls.
Addicted raising.
Joel is.
Beware raising. A lot of raises.
A lot of raises.
A lot of raises. More raises than calls now.
Sheesh.
You're in Lone Mountain, Zuda Paris. I work on Lone Mountain.
750.
Right there, Lone Mountain in like
750.
Craig.
All right. Did your guy pick yet?
Zuda Paris raising. Joel's calling.
Joe's calling?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, and we Day Pass is calling as well. What do you like here at JWK? What do you think here, buddy?
With these stack sizes, I kind of like calling because What can happen is if we call, the button being short can ship about anything. They're with just 8 big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
They could be shipping pretty wide, and that may get one of the blinds to try and spew off a little bit, or we could get the opener to reship behind them too. And for 25 bigs, I don't mind playing 9s.
But so you think it's just better to induce by calling, and you don't have to just bloat the pot and just have the under the gun player just show up with the top of his range. I mean, I'm probably only calling here a lot as well. I think his range can be pretty strong. He's gonna have to show down versus the button, a lot. So his range has to take that consideration. He's opening into 3 stacks deeper to him off that stack. I don't mind just flatting this, playing this in position. And if one of the blinds do end up calling, 9s is fine. We can hit a set and win an even bigger pot. I really don't mind just calling in this spot.
Yeah, I'm calling this 100% too. If everyone was at 25 bigs and you had the stack or whatever and you want to jam, that makes a lot more sense to me. But with the 60 bigs behind, definitely more flat heavy.
Problem with raising here, especially if we raise to the larger sizing, if we get one of the blinds that flats, under the gun is going to be able to then not to have multiple options where they could go ahead and re-raise. And if we get a blind that calls and then under the gun ships, we don't close the action, and we're just going to be sitting there going, now what do I do?
Right. Somebody's saying they just want to get it in for the 25. I don't mind that either with this.
You're not getting in for the 25, though. You're getting it in for 60 because there's 2 60 stacks behind you.
If we 3-bet and then they cold 4-bet, we can pretty much know 9s aren't going to be in great shape. Sure. And I think the situation where we 3-bet and then they call the 3-bet and then he jams is pretty rare. So, I lean call, but I can see the 750 crew. I can see that has merit as well. But we are calling because that's what my man here is doing. I think Joel's doing the same thing.
Pretty sure Joel's calling too. Let's do it.
I typically lead towards calling in this scenario because if we do 3-bet to any amount, we just have to get it all in if under the gun jams. And also, if you 3-bet, you run into this spot where sometimes the under the gun player will call and then you'll flop very poorly or marginally poorly. And you're going to be in a pretty nasty spot after the flop because if you make any bet and your opponent goes all in, it's pretty nasty. So this is a situation where I definitely think calling is very viable. We are going to run into a spot sometimes where we call and then the button shoves, which could get interesting. So, I don't know. This is a dicey spot because 3-betting does make our life easier because we're just committed to the pot to some extent. But I think calling is usually going to be the default play in this scenario, especially if we were against an earlier position raiser or someone who is on the tighter side. I mean, someone who's a good kid probably has a wider range than only the nuts, but this is a situation where I typically just call. I'm usually calling with the medium pairs the vast majority of the time, and this is one of the best medium pairs. If this was 10s, I probably get it in. If it was ace queen, I probably get it in. And when I say get it in, I mean 3-bets like 700,000 or so. You don't want to go too tiny because then that it gives the under the gun player amazing odds to call, which is not really what you want. So anyway, I'm probably good about 700,000 with most of my range that I want to 3-bet. And I really just don't have many bluffs here, which is probably fine because if a good player opens under the gun, they probably have something pretty decent. All right, now the button goes all in for 8 big blinds. And now under the gun goes all in for 27 big blinds. All right. Should we fold or should we call?
Did you forecast this, JWK?
Buffalo Boy says he shouts from the rooftop.
It's one of those options that's absolutely viable, so you got to think about it.
Yeah, this shit's gonna happen. Well played. I mean, sure.
I have thoughts, but I'm gonna wait for the chat. Dennis is folding. Beats is calling. C Stars is calling. Cyrus is calling. Addicted folding sadly.
Yeah. It's
Ah!
all over the place.
Suited pairs is
Abuse,
blaming you, John.
Yeah.
He says this is your fault.
It's a UK tourney. Gambling wankers.
Where it says that's why I would have 3-bet to avoid this.
Oh shit, I'm torn. Day Pass snaps that shit in there. He
I like Lango. Call, high five the monitor, and slam another White Claw. Love it. Fold, and it's okay because that's why Jerome called. We got some mixed emotions out in the toe streets. Fold for Jelly, fold for Tina, snap for Lango, fold for Cap. Probably fold, but we have 800 bigs, so Joel's gonna call. Mike's calling. Meatball's folding.
What do we like here? Cherishable Girl is folding. We shipping this or not? It seems close. No hesitation.
That 800K
I
is an
love the
8-blind jam.
chat. I love the chat. This shit gets me, man.
What's White Claw?
Nobody
It's a
is
beer.
excited. He brought that high five. High five the monitor. Just
Fold.
fuck it.
Coco calling.
All right, we called over here. Wait a minute.
Easy
Yeah,
call,
I'm
we
sure
have
we
heaps.
called.
I'm going like
Day
this.
Pass call. And Joel. What did
He's
Joel
calling.
do? Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm never folding.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
what I'm
snap
hop-
calling. Who's
I'm
got the
never
White
folding.
Claw? Let's high five the monitor. I'm down.
I mean, dude, another
Snap.
thing is we have 178 bigs. You know, I'm going to wipe my ass with 25
Someone
of
said
these
that here
real
too.
quick
Like,
if
I don't
need
even
to.
care about that. Like, this is just
And
a
there-
call and ICMizer.
And
You plug
there's
this in,
a
it's
lot
call.
of combinations that we can be ahead here. I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
under the gun can have 7s or 8s.
King,
We can have,
suited,
and we
lot of
can
ace
have
high.
the other two counterfeit each other a lot here too. Both of them have big aces.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can fold.
Not gonna very well 3-way. That 800K is an 8-blind jam, and then the 27 bigs ISO rejams. Snap! I'm putting my chips in, my car keys. I got 2 kids. I'm throwing one of them in the middle. Hell yeah, let's go.
All right, well,
Run
there's
it.
Stowe gambling away his fucking family for poker, so.
Only half.
Only half of it. Fair enough. All right, we're calling.
All
Let's
right,
go.
cool, we'll call it too.
So we've had a few
Oh,
scenarios
Jam,
recently
get
where
out
we've
of
been
here.
facing all ins in my quizzes,
He's
and this
wrong.
one's a little bit more convoluted than some of the previous
Uncle.
ones. So the player on the
Dad.
button must have a
I'm
good
plugging
hand,
it in.
okay?
Dad.
They're not bluffing. They're going to have something they think
Dad.
is in fine shape against one all in.
I'm
So
plugging it in.
who knows what that is, but it doesn't really matter all that much
Which
because
style?
you know we're always getting the right price for this side pot, right? If this folded around to me, I'm always happily calling 6 big blinds into, what would it even be? Like 20 big blinds or something. So we can, for all practical purposes, just ignore the player on the button because we know that that would be a very easy call. So we want to focus on the under the gun player. In this scenario, what are we looking at? Ignore the side pot to some extent. Again, I know we're getting a little bit of value out of the side pot, but if we completely ignore it, we have to put in 2.5 million to win something that would be, or to win a pot that would, just among us, go up to, let's call it 5.8 million, right? So we have to put in 2.5 to win 5.8. So 2.5
I have 180 bigs,
divided
bro.
by 5.8 equals, and again, these numbers are kind of rough, but we need 43-ish% equity. Let's say we want to have like 45% equity to turn a profit. Okay, pull up Equilab, give us pocket 9s.
We might be fucking.
Let's give our opponent a reasonable range we think he's jamming with in this scenario. I mean, who knows what it actually is? Who knows what it actually is? I want to make that very clear. Nobody actually knows. But you got to think the good kid's opening pretty strong
Where's
from
ace jack? Where's
the
king
low
jack
jack seat
suited?
anyway. And
Where's
to
ace
rip it
five?
all in a spot where I could conceivably be slow playing,
That's his opening range?
because, to be fair,
That's
whenever we're
his
looking at
rip
the spot,
range, she
we
says.
predict this is going to happen some portion of
Ace
the
jack
time,
off
right?
for
So
sure,
my
right?
calling range has to be a little bit stronger than normal because this guy's going to jam sometimes, this guy's going to rejam, and I need to make sure I'm protected. So he can't just blast it in super wide. So if we think this player's
Ace nine
range is
suited
something
for
like
sure.
this, which
Ace
I think
jack.
is probably reasonable.
I don't know, bro.
You see, we have 46% equity, which is a little bit more than the break-even point. I mean, I know 43 and change is
Yeah, you're
break-even,
missing
but we
two
want to have a bit of an
hands,
edge because we're
hands.
playing a substantial pot here. So I think 45% is roughly what you
Yeah.
want, so that would make 9s look like a call. However, what if this player levels himself into thinking, maybe I'm trapping, because perhaps we saw this scenario coming. In that scenario, I think this is about as wide as most people will get jamming under the gun. Well, low jack under the gun. Let's say they are just a tiny bit tighter. Does that change things? Well, you see now we dip down to
39% equity, which is quite bad. So normally I'm looking at a spot from like what the tightest range is and then going from there. But I already knew the tightest range the opponent could have. We're in terrible shape with nines, right? Like if they're only jamming jacks and better and ace king, obviously nines is in horrible shape. That's obvious.
It's not.
But I think when you're playing against a good player, you want to start from what you think is a reasonable strategy, which is the first one I showed you where we're barely profitable, and then go a little bit tighter in case they decide to make a slightly tight shove. Or probably maybe they call sometimes with some hands. So this is a spot where I think we need to make a snug fold. I don't despise a call. I want to make that clear. I don't think calling is like horribly bad in this scenario, especially if you think this good kid is a little bit loose, a little bit aggressive, a little bit splashy. But I think in general you just want to sidestep this spot and move on. I mean, I know we're getting a little bit of an extra equity from the side pot, but I don't think it justifies getting it all in this scenario, and I would fold this hand. If I had ace queen in this spot, let's discuss what I would do.
Oh, if you're
ace
ain't fold, no goddamn
offsuit.
ace queen.
You see, that has roughly the same equity, right?
Stop.
So it's going to be a fold.
6.05
If we had ace king
and
offsuit,
ICMizer.
though, that's going to be an easy call, right? If I had pocket tens even against a tight range is an easy call. So you see how it's like a very fine line. A lot of people look at nines and tens and think it's the same thing, but it's not. And they look at ace king and ace queen and think it's the same thing, but it's not. Because those two hands just have substantially more equity than, well,
Holy
slightly worse hands. So anyway, this is about where ace king calls, 10 calls, everything else folds, and I'm just moving on,
Never
sidestepping a
ace
decent
queen.
amount of variance.
Dead.
This time,
Dead.
we made a good fold. Sometimes you're going to make a good fold, sometimes you're not. What happens to a lot of people is they see ace queen and think, oh no, I screwed up horribly. Or, pocket eights and pocket sevens, and they go, oh no, I screwed up horribly. But you don't get to pick the exact hands your opponent has. Sometimes they're going to have the below players are going to have the bottom of their ranges, and that's fine. Realize that they always have the top of their ranges, and they don't necessarily always have the bottom of the range you predict, which is why you have to build in a little bit of wiggle room, like we did, right? We showed that it was barely profitable against a normal-ish / perhaps loose range, and a substantial losing play against a slightly tighter range, and it's going to be a big losing play against a much tighter range. So I think this is just going to be a fold.
Chavo says he'd like to buy Jonathan a White Claw, so he will call this hand. I like that. Plugged it into ICMizer.
That was the loose range.
I mean, it is pretty massive in ICMizer if you want to see
Show it on screen.
It's
wait
on
a
my
minute.
screen.
I'll go to.
I would much rather have 99 here than ace queen off.
You can see it on my stream here. So I can't see the number. It looks like it's +6 BB. I mean, dude, I can't imagine.
+6 BB.
With 180, I mean, yeah, it's a fucking snap. Ace queen off, surprisingly a fold. Ace queen suited a call.
Ace queen off. Here's why I wouldn't like ace queen off in that spot. Playing this three ways, the player that's short, especially if they blinded their way down to being that short, that's going to be a pair or a big ace. So under the gun
He knows he
can
has
have
no
a
fold
pair or a
equity.
big ace there too. So some of the aces I would think might be counterfeited. So with that being the case, I'd rather have the pair than like ace queen off there.
Makes sense. Toe is down one child. That's why I always keep the backup one.
All right, that was a good. Oh, we got 16.
So did we.
Oh shit! It's time for the flip.
And I bookmarked it.
All right, we're gonna watch the flip real quick, guys.
Here it is.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. All right.
Oh wait, is this Oh, this
They
is Joel.
flip. They got the same score, guys. So what we do is it's poker. So they got to flip for this shit. So let's watch the flip.
You ready?
Yeah.
Can I
shit's
change the
slow
coin?
as
Hang
shit.
on a second. I just realized. Oh no, they tricked me. Hang on.
All right.
Ready?
Do it.
Did you call it?
What do you want to day pass, heads or tails? Be quick. 10 seconds. 8, 7. And if he doesn't call it, just Joel will call it. Day pass, heads or tails? They're going to get your ass. Tails, he says. Do it.
Tails. Flip it.
Come on.
We did it, America. Joe wins the flip. Let me know how you want your money, buddy. You know how to reach me.
Yeah, he won the flip. Boo. Good shit, Joe. Good job, guys. It's all good, day
I
pass.
don't know.
Next time.
It always
I'll
sounds
do
better when you said we did it, America.
it.
It's my favorite.
I'm taking tails every single time too as well, so it happens.
Holy crap, we won a flip army. We did
Yeah,
it.
we were. You guys are finally winning 20% of your flips. Good
That's
job.
right. Sounds about right.
All right, cool. We got time for maybe one more for sure.
We got time for one more.
Keyword.
Keyword is a good idea.
Six toes?
Yeah.
Oh, you got another one?
6 toes.
Did you have something else? Okay, 6 toes.
6 toes.
6 toes is the keyword to get in for this next round. Get in there, boys. We'll pick one. Almost impossible to lose the next one. Oh, shit. All right, let's pick one. You know, we
I didn't notice this preset. That's funny.
We got to keep up with the Casino Niagara saga that we've been following for fucking 2 months now, and now I'm hooked on seeing how this.
Find out where it goes. The next one looks like it is
1198, or did we miss one?
1192.
And these have been kind of quick. Some of these have been like 5 minutes, or real quick. So, yeah, we'll do 1192. Give you guys a few more minutes. 6 toes in the chat if you want to get in there to compete. Come on, Mafia.
What about ACR suited pairs? Did I miss it?
Lexi's playing in 100K on ACR.
Right now?
No, it's in the quizzes. She has a quiz from the 100K.
Well, I wonder what her screen name is.
Probably can find out by doing one of her quizzes. What's up, GSD? Condiment. Good morning, guys. We got the global legend, JWK, in the house. Appreciate our guys showing up and studying with us this morning. Obviously, some solid insights thus far. Cool. Looks like we got a handful of people in there. I think that's good. You ready, Tuff?
I am ready.
All right. Let's do it.
Beats won the giveaway. We're sending his ass to Niagara.
Hey, Shaky in this bitch. What's good, man? New follower as well.
Nice.
Represent, my dude. Good luck, good luck, good luck. If you have any questions, let us know. Just be prompt, be quick. If you can tag me in your response for the quiz, it'll be much easier for me to see. But yeah, you want to do the Casino Niagara one?
Beats already claiming it. It's like, just send me the money on ACR, Toe. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck that shit. The new kid on the block's about to come in beating ass. Let's go, my dude.
Let's run it.
Wait a minute, 1192?
Yes.
All right, cool.
We're going fishing.
Hello, everyone. Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoaching.com. Today we are reviewing a tournament
Pocket
hand
Jack,
that I
the one
played
thing
in
we
a
know, it's
550
going to get
Turbo
messed
Casino
up.
Niagara. This stage of the game, there are 27 players remaining. 20 spots are paid. We have a top 5 stack, and Yaz the Blaster also has a top 5 stack. You'll know from previous quizzes that he's been playing very aggressively. He's been 3-betting a lot, and he's been, just in general, pushing people around, including the guy to his right. So this hand starts with a raise from Yaz to 6K. Actions on you. What should you do? Should you fold, call, 3-bet to 15K, or 3-bet to 20K?
Interesting spot.
Yaz the Blaster.
Beats us all pissed. Jacks.
Unpredictable fishes getting pushed around. Oh, shit. I love it.
What are y'all doing for 40 bigs? Call for Bruce.
We've got a mixed bag over here.
Oh,
Calls
we're in the
15Ks and 20Ks.
20 call. Snap call is the only answer. Flat. What?
15K.
20K.
Tapukas, thank you for the follow.
Punt 20.
Matt says, what? Now you're not folding to the money on the bubble here. Get out. You're trolling.
IA Hawks, Matt, shut your ass up. You ain't folding here. DC Doorknob 2020. Ooh, Day Pass is calling.
It's on you. What you gonna do? 20K for Beats. He's raising.
Okay, Beats is going 20. What we doing here, Shaky?
Jam for Cyrus. That's not an option to jam 40. Call, leave the door open for later positions to shove so we can snap it off. Says Jelly. Cook going 20.
Spicy
Huck
little
going
fly.
20.
Man, fly
Zuna
sounds
going
cool.
15. Chatwell going 15.
Day pass calling. All right. Both players have went. My man is flatting because he ain't never scared. He did say he was about to punt, so let's see a king queen high flop. Nah. What are you doing here, JWK?
I don't know exactly how many to the money, but we are bubble
7 off.
Oh, 7 off
We're
the money. Duraj.
7 off. Yep, 27 left, 20 cash. He said.
Matt's flatting. Jam stacks behind. Same scenario as previous quiz, except there was not as many jam stacks behind there, Matt. Bunch of 60s
Shit,
behind.
this is a call. Damn, Taters is snap calls the only.
How is jam not an option, Cyrus? Because we have no jam over min raises of 40 bigs.
You
0.
3-bet calling off? I mean, this is fucking 40 bigs but jacks.
20K for meatball. Duraj calls.
Wow. I'm seeing all kind of crazy shit.
I see a bunch of 15s, a bunch of 20s, and only a few calls.
Holy shit. These people, where are you guys getting these strategies and ranges? Like, where is this coming from? Is it like based on what you guys think, or interesting? What are you doing here, J-Dub?
I think I'm going to flat. And if you raise the 15 or 20, our problem is if the small blind would then shove, their shove would not be a legal raise, which can put us in a kind of interesting spot.
Mm.
And if we flat here,
then we just force the call. It's one of those weird spots, right?
And if we flat here, honestly, I wouldn't mind even flatting better hands than jacks in this spot.
Oh yeah, I'm flatting aces for sure.
Because if somebody else wants to come in behind, that puts Yaz, that's been really aggro and trying to shove everybody around, that puts them in a really weird spot.
And 7 out of the money, Joel.
Dude, I mean, Toe, you flying here?
Fuck yeah.
What the fuck is... Dude, I mean, I would 3-bet happy.
Why do you want to take this to the bank against the only guy who can crush you 7 out of the money?
Because he's super aggressive. He can 4-bet light, and he's opening in the low
that flip.
In the high. Yeah, he's
7
opening
out
the
of the money.
hijack. Yeah, I mean, he's opening all these stacks that are opening a super wide range here. I don't know, man. Like,
I would
guess
love to flat. I want to induce jams behind.
I would fucking 3-bet most of the time, but I mean, I guess we can flat. I fucking know. I would flat a little bit better. Wow. I would just go like, I would always 3-bet here. I would 3-bet happy go broke. Happy. I'm not fucking scared, but yeah. This is a great get away. Nah, I'm 3-betting.
This is so uncomfortable.
No, I'm not uncomfortable.
He's uncomfortable with us.
I'm uncomfortable thinking like it's like a really good. I mean, I get it. I would just 3-bet and be happy. I'm not scared to go broke here versus an aggressive player. Like you guys are all like the monsters under the bed.
Oh,
well, if you
I'm not like,
No,
I'm gonna go broke here. I'm just gonna play a little more cautiously. 7 out of the money.
If the stacks weren't the sizes they are behind me, I'd be a whole lot more likely to 3-bet that there.
Sure.
I just don't want to
was
get
at
in a
60?
spot where I get stuck.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But even if you're gonna flat anyway and then you 3-bet, you're not gonna really be stuck. I mean, you're gonna have the 7 bigs, you're gonna have the 20. You're still gonna have.
You're gonna get stuck in that if one of those guys come over the top. Now you're forced to flat multi-way with jacks and can't get it in pre-flop.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna flat and play it post-flop in position anyway. So what's the big deal? Like, then you can just absolutely get the money in, more money on the flop. Like, I'm just 3-betting. Fuck this. I know money bubbles. You think these guys are shoving wide over raises with no fold equity? I don't think so, man. They're not going to shove with no fold equity into the 2 deepest stacks.
But this is a really good hand.
Yeah.
All in, never an option, Cyrus. It only shortens the conversation in that you should never jam here. That's why the conversation's short.
All right. I forgot we were doing. I'm just stuck in my own head, like thinking about this spot. It's kind of
There's
crazy.
some ICM.
Yeah. We were going. Shaky was calling. I'm sorry. There it is. I was looking for that body. Sorry. Let's do it.
I forget what the fuck Beats was doing. Hang on.
I think Evan, from our past series and the way he's been playing, I do think he may call here. Just
20
he's
cases,
been
please.
playing small ball in this. You remember the Ace King flat a couple videos ago? So yeah, I can see it.
Beat, you said 20K, right? Hurry
I
up
feel
and
like
let
a
me
lot
know.
of people get short, throw their hands up in the air, and just jam in the ace. That's what I used to do. I don't see that as much, but it's live as well, and it's just like a $500 live, which is like a $10 online or some shit. So for sure, I could see it.
20K, he says. All right. Beat's going 20.
All right, we're calling. Let's do it.
I like all options
I'm
here
always-
other than folding. We're 40 blinds deep, so we have some nice maneuverability.
Holy shit.
We can
How many points
call
is calling?
and play a pot in position
7.
against Yaz, underrep our hand and extract some value. We
What a
are
real
going to
man.
face a lot of heat because it is the bubble, and because we are two of the bigger stacks. So in the interest of avoiding that level of ICM pressure, 3-betting becomes more attractive. Because when we flat, even if it's one overcard out there, if he goes bomb, 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 we're in a pretty tough spot with our two jacks. Whereas when we 3-bet, we give ourselves the opportunity to 5-bet over a 4-bet if you 4-bet small, take control of the hand and choose the sizings post-flop, or maybe get it in pre-flop. As for sizing between 15 and 20K, they're pretty similar. I think he's going to respond about the same way. I chose 20K because that's the sizing that he was using. 15K gives us a bit more room, but it also gets us a bit more peels. And going with 20K gets us a few more folds, which is always a good outcome when you're playing this shallow. So folds back to him. He thinks about it for a minute or so and then moves all in for 90 blinds, 60 blinds, or 40 blinds
Please give
effective.
Please get
60
Jan on,
blinds
get wrecked.
from his stack, 40 blinds effective. Back to you. What should you do? Got blackjacks. Should you fold or should you call?
Oh, that's funny, Matt.
What are we doing here, guys? I'm calling. Call.
Beats call next quiz.
And you see, guys, see what he said? Like, we're trying to think about,
Jerome's
like,
folding. He's hero folding.
I think it's important to note, like, you think you're, like, decreasing the variance by calling pre-flop, right? So you don't have to face this. But like Evan said, it's going to come like 70% of the time or something, there's going to be one over. And if he goes bet, it's going to be fucking tough. It's going to suck.
Just pot control it. Get him to get the spewy to spew.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking take your money, fucking save out of the money and build a pot. Nice, easy. Let him build the pot for you.
No, but if he
don't do this and take a flip because you're flipping right now.
No, you're not.
You 7 out of the money.
You're flipping her in a
with a
2-out
top 5
coffin.
stack against another top 5 stack. That seems terrible. I'm calling here. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not folding.
I'm fucking 3-bet happy dance calling. I'm never scared. I don't think it's a flip. Like, we can have him dominate it. If we got to take a flip, who gives a shit?
I give a shit 7 out of the money when I have a top 5 stack with another top 5 stack.
Because now we get 100 big stack and we win the tournament.
I still win the tournament with the top 5 stack. You kidding me? Watch my stream.
Because you call here and he barrels twice and then you get like
fold.
Lose and then you fold, but you've lost like 30% of your chips.
No.
Yeah.
What is
You
this?
call a bot bet. You call a big nah.
Yeah. I call a turn bet.
I hate it.
Yeah.
We're boys. We argue about poker literally 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's not his fault. I really love the guy. I love sixes. He's just wrong a lot.
No, I'm fucking exactly right.
He's not. If he was, we'd still be friends. We just wouldn't hang out as much.
I think I'm right a lot. Yeah, I mean, we're all calling. I don't see one damn fold out there, maybe. Shaky, you calling? Oh, Shaky, crazy. Oh, Shaky's folding.
GSD's folding.
Shaky's holding.
Drone folded too. We can't fold here.
Shaky's holding. I mean,
stop folding top of your range, people. I've been seeing that a lot in the team toast stuff and random places that I talk a lot of poker. Like,
maybe,
stop folding top of range. Like,
maybe Evan wants to fold.
There is an argument for not putting yourself in this position, but once you're in this position, you got to fucking call top of range.
But why would we 3-bet bluff? Well, yeah, it's like we'd be 3-bet bluffing a hand with no blockers. It's super good. Like if you plan on folding, I'm never folding. Just get me out. Yep, get me out. Yeah, versus Yas the Blaster. Yeah, doubtful I'm ever folding. So let's do it. We're folding because Shaky's folding.
We're calling because Beats is on team Don't Give Up. But once we're here, we have to call. I don't disagree.
Yeah, he's a blaster as well. Yeah. Let's do it.
And in this spot, it really just comes down to what our opponent's range is. based on the odds of the situation, not including ICM, we need about 42% to call. If we include ICM, we need a bit more than that to call. I think we are far enough out from the bubble that we don't have to factor in ICM too much. Also, the future value of having all these chips is massive because Yaz would be short, we would have piles, and we'd be able to basically pick up all the pots uncontested on the bubble. So it really comes down to our opponent's range. If his shoving range is queens, kings, aces, and ace-king, we do not have the equity to call. We have about 36%. We need 42. If you add 10s in there, we have a break-even call. If you add 9s in there, we have a profitable call. If you add ace-queen in there, we have a profitable call. If you add ace-queen and 10s, profitable. Ace-queen, 10s, 9s, profitable. Or if you take out aces and kings and just give him
Battle, I
queens
like
and
that.
ace-king,
I like that play.
we have a profitable call because he has ace-king so often. So all that factored in there. When I 3-bet this hand, I 3-bet with the intention of calling the all-in because I felt that I was doing fine against his range for jamming, which I assume would include 9s and 10s because those are hands that don't really want to play a pot out of position. And since we can have some 3-bet bluffs, he could 4-bet to force us to fold those hands. And those ranges I talked about have us being profitable with this call, not even including the wider bluffs. He could maybe do this with like ace-3 suited, ace-5 suited if he's feeling frisky.
Ace-5 suited.
So we click the call button. He ends up having queens, which is better than our pair of jacks, and that is our elimination from the tournament.
We go broke.
Little disappointing to go out after having a solid size stack, but we weren't playing this tournament to cash. We were playing to win, and this seemed like a really good opportunity to get a lot of money in the middle against a very aggressive player in spots where ranges can be wide. Unfortunately, he woke up with near the top of his range, maybe the absolute top, and sometimes that happens. Still very happy with how we played this hand and this tournament. This has been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoaching.com. I really hope you enjoyed all the quizzes from this event. I look forward to sharing the next event with you, and I hope you learned plenty of things from this quiz and all the other ones as well. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Yeah, Jake, we say, I'm still an attorney. No, we're not still an attorney because we'd never get to this place because we would have passed up a million fucking good spots if we're folding spots like this to get here.
Yeah, and even if you flat pre, as soon as you see that flop, you know the blaster's going to c-bet, and the chips are going in on the flop then.
Yeah, by the river you're going, bro, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Oh well, this is definitely this is poker right here. This is the definition. Cooler money bubble after having all the chips, but nothing we can do. Right. I think it's fine.
One other point for a different tourney type, you know, what he was saying about being able to abuse the bubble if we win this.
Oh my goodness.
Most sites have been doing more and more progressive knockouts. If you're in a PKO with a spot like this, it's absolutely mandatory because then we've got so many chips we can just run over everybody else and get all their bounties.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
definitely worth
being able to look at what you're going to be doing in the future, that's a spot that a lot of players in bounty tournaments don't consider, but that is a big factor, especially as you would get toward the end game of a bounty tournament.
Sure. If we call pre-flop, are we going broke on this board? Fuck yeah. I mean, he should have any 4x. Yeah. And when the board pairs on the river, now we like
there's worse value pairs.
Yeah.
There's worse like 9s, 10s, 8s, and like there's just 8s plus.
Yeah.
You might
Misflush draw.
Decide to go 1, 2, 3 hands. You might decide to bluff. So yeah, you're just dead here almost every time, no matter what.
Yeah, because I mean, I would call their pre, and as soon as they see bet, I'm all in.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that because he's still strong and uncapped, and we want to call to keep in like worst and let him bluff and pot control a little bit. We get to play in a position, especially for 40. I don't know if I call and then just jam.
I would check raise flop probably. And
you don't check raise toe. We're in position.
Oh, you're right. So then, if
they're going to have already seen it.
3-bet, and then I'd be broke by river somehow.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, if they don't go in on the flop, they're going in on. If you just make a smaller check raise, they're going in on a turn.
They got no 4X in the range.
Yeah, you want him to keep bluffing and betting with worse, and then mitigating the times that he does, just have better overpairs and shit. You don't want to. I don't even think we fucking have a raising range when he c-bets because he's still strong and uncapped, and we can keep in a lot of worse hands. Even with the jacks, it feels like they need protection, but when you raise and then they come over the top, you can just be dead. So I don't think we ever want to 3-bet the flop too often, honestly, or raise the flop. But with that being said, I think that's it, man. It's 150 right now, so yeah, that was good. Let me read the chat real quick because that was a very good discussion. Against someone both good and aggro, I'm still thrilled with going with jacks here as played. Completely agreed. So yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. I think, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
JWK, go ahead.
In that spot too, if we're going to be raising pre, no, we're raising with the intention of getting it in.
Oh, for sure.
You definitely don't want to fold after you raise their pre, especially against somebody that's been aggro.
Too strong. For sure. This has been a good one, guys. Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Six's chat, so you can get a link to sign up for free procoach.com. Jonathan Little's poker coaching site, where you get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 more, and homework assignments for you to do for free. Get the free content. It costs you nothing, and you will get better from it. It's great. If you feel so inclined to sign up for the premium version, there's lots of good stuff in here for all levels of poker players, which is one of the great things about this site. It's good for people coming up. It's good for crushers. It's good for everything in between. So check that out. For premium, you get thousands of quizzes, homework assignments, webinars where you can meet with these guys one-on-one, in small group settings where you can talk to these coaches directly. They're great. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us, John. You've been a great guest, buddy. If you want to see this one, exclamation point YouTube in the chat. You can watch this one back from the beginning. You can watch any one of the ones we've done in the past. John, again, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Any parting words about what you got going on and how people can find you?
Well, first thing, thanks for having me on, guys. It's always fun. Always fun being around you two. You're both crushers.
Thank you.
Really, with things that are coming up for me in the near future, I saw that the World Series of Poker is going to happen in Vegas. Can't wait to get back and be playing. The sooner the better. So that's going to be on my schedule.
Even if you have the
shot?
Are you going to wear a mask while you play, even if you have the shot?
They make you require it, right?
Not unless they make me.
Okay.
From what I was hearing when I was in Vegas was that they were hoping that everything would be back to normal in Vegas by the 4th of July. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but if they're thinking July by October, it very likely could be.
Fair. If things are normal in July and things are still okay in September, then yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. Lots of tourneys coming up online. I know the next series for Global Rattlesnake Series. I don't have a rattlesnake trophy yet. I need to get one. So that's definitely on the list. And we'll see tomorrow if I can duplicate what I did last year, duplicate or better what I did last year, because I ended up second in the Easter special last year. So I've got a pretty high bar to be able to try and beat tomorrow, because that second that I've got in the Easter special is my biggest cash online.
Nice. That's a 218, right? That's like redo. Nice.
Are you going out to Vegas for the online series in July? I'm planning on doing that. I've already been talking to Toe, and these guys been like, all right, you guys gonna have to get me my space on the couch. Get the couch ready. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm probably not for the summer, but I know that Poker Stars is live in Michigan now, which is only a couple hour drive from me to get to Michigan. So sooner or later, they're going to have a larger series, and I might have to see if I can sneak away for a couple days and go play in one of those.
You think their series can ever top something like one of the already American sites? Like I don't see how it would be. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a while. Like they have a one state with the series. Like is it ever going to be better than a regular Sunday with what we already have?
I don't think that it is, if you ask me. I don't
No
think it is.
shot.
But at the same time, like, it's good to support those things. It's good to support regulated poker.
Yeah.
It's good to get the fields bigger because it gives other states more incentive. So on that note, it makes sense, especially if it's something like a couple-hour drive. But do I think it's ever going to be like OSS or something like that? No.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a flagship tournament.
Because I'm in Vegas with regulated poker. We've had it for a long time. I've been playing on it for 6 years. We merged with New Jersey, so we have a slightly larger player pool, and even then, the series don't even come close to OSS.
I can only imagine what an entire U.S. site would be with a big series like that. It would be out of this world.
Yeah, that would be different. Absolutely.
Well, we can only hope for one of those days.
One day.
We'll stay the course.
Not soon, but one day it'll happen.
Right. But thank you guys, JWK. I threw his Twitch in the chat for you guys. Make sure to give him a follow. All around great guy. You'll find him on the global streets. What's your regular night again, buddy? That you're
my normal night for streaming on Global Poker Live is Tuesdays, and I try to throw in at least one stream on my channel each week. I know this week I'm doing tomorrow on Easter Sunday, so sometimes, most of the times, I'll be on Tuesdays, but sometimes, we all make things work between everybody. So switching days back and forth, we all make it work.
Yeah, we do the best we can, absolutely. But Toe, who should we drop this?
I was looking at the only person who ever streams at this time is Evan. I feel bad because I always throw Evan the host. We don't change it up.
He doesn't feel bad. We just
I'm sure he doesn't feel bad. But yeah, I don't see too much else out there other than unless we go some smaller streamers. Bras.
Yeah, we haven't hit Bras up. Let's hit Poker Bras up for the raid. But guys, thank you. Make sure to hit that follow button. We really appreciate the support. The steady stream has been growing steadily, organically, and we really appreciate that. This week, we're also going to tease. We're going to do a hand history review stream one day this week. So where we go through probably one either me or Toe's hand histories where we make a deep run. We'll do very in-depth analysis of some of the spots we play, look at everything. So I think that'll be real good. We do that kind of work anyway. So we'll share that with you guys. But make sure to hit that follow button for myself and Toe. And thank you guys for the support.
John, too.
And John as well. Sorry. But all right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you and take care.
Peace.
And we finished.